I wanted to just ask another question about Israel. Why do you think that Minnesotans should care about Israel, specifically your constituency?
Yeah, well, I don't think it matters if they're Minnesotans or from Wisconsin or any state. Again, I think there is a strong U.S. connection, and it really goes back to just in history with the United States recognizing Israel first as a country, being supportive of their development, providing, through the UN resolution way back to give them a land to have a Jewish state, and then, through World War II. I mean, all the terrible atrocities that were done to the Jewish people, and having a chance myself to walk in East Berlin and seeing the stepping stones, for instance, outside some of the apartments, the reminders of people who had been taken from their homes, dragged to concentration camps, as a reminder now that we should never ever allow anything like that to happen again. And so, we've got a Jewish population in Minnesota that pays more attention to this, but I think Minnesotans, by and large, because of our culture, I think respect the need to remember that part of history and then promote not only civil discourse, but the need to protect human rights, by and large.
And I'm wondering, what steps do you think that America can and should take to make sure that Iran is not developing or acquiring a nuclear weapon? And would sanctions be enough? Is that one step?
Well, we hope sanctions are enough. I don't think we know yet. I think we have to push hard to make sure that the sanctions absolutely have the teeth in them that we want them to have. In other words, there's been a little bit of hesitancy, I think, by some of the administration, but the bottom line is it doesn't matter now, because bipartisan support with the administration, with Congress, to making sure that we are containing Iran as much as possible. And I think we need to push for additional inspections, because I'm not convinced the inspections are being allowed to happen where they probably need to happen, for instance. And so, look, I mean, a nuclear-armed Iran is a real problem, not just in the Mideast, but for the world. And hopefully this is an opportunity for the Iranian people to express their reservations with their own government, as I think they did a few years ago when that sort of fraudulent election process took place. And not be frustrated with the outside world, but against their own government that is not leading them to a future path of peace and prosperity.
Mm-hmm.